biggest problem with aversives. Yeah, I said it. You can't be trusted with this. Few disclaimers right off the bat. I am not against all aversives, and my original inspiration for this video is not pure altruism, as it does stem from being called a crazy animal person when I suggested a shock collar on a fearful dog with a known bite history was a terrible idea. Let's backpedal a bit and start with what is aversive training. Simply put, it's using discomfort, force, intimidation, fear, or pain to discourage unwanted behaviors and/or encourage desirable ones. And this is my lovely assistant and handsome brother Nate, who will be demonstrating these training techniques today and playing the part of Clarity Jones, so that we don't have to punish our stinky princess. Say hello to the camera, Nate.
Hello to the camera, Nate.
That's really good. To give you a quick bit of foundational information, the 4 types of training methods and which qualify as aversive are as follows. Positive punishment. This method adds an aversive stimulus, one that uses discomfort, force, fear, intimidation, or pain, to punish or discourage unwanted behaviors. A low-level example of this would be squirting your dog in the face with a water bottle when they lift their leg on the couch. Positive reinforcement adds a desirable stimulus to reinforce or encourage desirable behaviors. An example would be treating your dog when he sits or stays or goes to her bed or pees outside or looks at you with those big, beautiful honey eyes. Negative punishment removes a desirable stimulus to punish or discourage unwanted behaviors. So if your dog jumps up on you when you get home and you turn away until they stop, that's negative punishment. You're the reward or desirable stimulus, and your attention is removed while they're jumping. Negative reinforcement removes an aversive stimulus to reinforce or reward desirable behaviors. An example would be pushing your dog's butt to the ground and only removing the pressure once they are in a sit position. To reiterate, in certain contexts, I think aversives can be warranted, but the abuse and misuse of them is so rampant, I want to explore some common scenarios to demonstrate how easy it is to up your dog with broken logic and these methods. Mistake number 1, treating symptom over cause. Let's say your dog is afraid of strangers. Because of this fear, they bark and bark and bark every time a new person approaches. If in training you only consider the behavior and not the reason behind it, you are likely to make some poor decisions. Using aversive training methods to address this might entail a shock collar that gives your dog a jolt every time he barks. He will probably learn to stop barking very quickly. He will also learn to be afraid of 2 things every time a stranger comes over now, and that he can't warn you when he's uncomfortable, so maybe he'll just bite the guy next time. Only do this if you have made a lawsuit one of your New Year's resolutions. Mistake number 2, anthropomorphizing your dog. Have you ever rubbed your dog's face in pee to teach them not to go in the house? If you have, you're a very silly person. If you do this all the time, they'll eventually make the connection that when there is pee on the floor, they will be punished, but they will not understand how their actions are related. You've probably seen those videos of people coming home to an upended trash can and their dog looking adorably guilty in the corner. But guilt is not an emotion that dogs experience. Those dogs have just picked up on a pattern of being scolded when mom comes home and there's trash on the floor. So what you're seeing is fear of punishment, not guilt. Assuming your dog can make the same logical conclusions as you is anthropomorphizing them, and it will not help you in training. Mistake number 3, botched timing. Piggybacking off the last one, timing is everything with training. And one of the reasons positive reinforcement is so great is because if you mess up the timing, maybe your dog doesn't know why they're getting a cookie, but they're stoked about it and they love you even more than they did 10 seconds ago. Alternatively, if you blast pet corrector in your dog's face at the wrong time, maybe you just have a more anxious dog now. Mistake number 4, punishment makes you feel better. If it gives you cathartic release to punish your dog when they're upsetting you, you should not be using aversives. Mistake number 5, forgetting that every dog is an individual. Some dogs can take a squirt bottle to the face like a pro, while others feel like they've been shot. Just because your last dog was raised on aversives and never bit anybody doesn't mean your next dog won't suffer total mental collapse. Anyway, I'm really glad I got that off my chest. Okay, bye.
I look so sick.
You look great.
No, I know.
What? Yes, Stinky!
Oh my god.
Yes, needy!
Good.